Hello and welcome to the United View. I'm Rory Jennings, and as you can tell from the thumbnell, I'm here on my own. I don't quite know why, but I'm going to be delivering a load of Manchester United...
What are you doing?
I was just practising.
What are you doing?
I thought I'd give it a go. I wonder...
Take over.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a go and see if... I wonder how many people have unsubscribed off the back of that intro.
Big up, Rory!
Mate, thank you for having me.
Hey.
Thank you so much. It's an honour.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Mate, it's an honour to be here.
What's going on? Do you know, I feel like people always laugh at me and mug me off, right? And they say I've got like, KG does it, he says like...
I know the feeling,
This
yeah.
really,
I know the feeling, it happens to
really
me.
quiet voice, like, but you're like all proper prim and proper professional voice. Maybe that was alright. Maybe you should.
Do you think? I mean, I appreciate that, and coming from you, I mean, you are that guy. You're the very erudite, clever. I
don't know what erudite even means.
Well, you are it. Trust me. You are erudite personified. But no, mate, it's brilliant. You've got a great setup. All going, enjoying it, enjoying the new show.
Enjoying it, man. Yeah, United View is doing really well. We've built a great community. Thank you for everyone for coming through, and thank you for coming through, man. Because you know we've done a lot of stuff. We've been doing quite a few bits together, and we've got some more stuff coming up over the course of the season. But you know, we want to chop it up and talk about the Premier League in general. So for you guys, brand new show for you, looking at the Premier League in general as well as Man United, of course. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully the feedback's good. I wanted to kick it off with a bang. Loads to talk about today, man.
So much going on, isn't there?
So
it's back, isn't it?
Much.
Like football is back. You know, we obviously had the end of the season, weird season, but that finished. The Euros started, and then there was only about 2 weeks where it was just a little bit flat. And then this week it's 100 miles an hour.
100%. Well, we kind of like went 100 miles per hour straight away in terms of like getting Sancho done, getting Varane.
Well, you say that.
Then we kind of
slowed
slowed
down. That's a very
down.
generous appraisal, because I would say that wasn't 100 miles an hour. It took 2 years.
Well, it depends. It depends when you start the clock from, though, Rory.
Yeah, 2 years from the end of the Euros.
If you started from the end of the
100 miles an
Euros,
hour from the end of the
there
Euros.
you go.
Yeah, but 2 years in total.
100%. And it could be 10 years in total for you with Lukaku.
Yeah. Well, again, it depends when you start the clock, because we've done it once. We actually were ahead of the game. We signed Lukaku from Belgium. You know, we were way ahead of the game, and now we're just going to have to spend an awful lot more money.
Well, we've done that for POGBA, mate. Welcome to the
exactly.
club. Welcome to the club.
Exactly.
Loads to get into. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to get into the comments as well. I need to turn my volume down. A lot of love for Rory.
Surprising.
You know, Rory the legend, Rory the GOAT. Smash a like for Rory. Wow, Rory in the house says KT. We're moving up, Les says Harish Dev. Man like Flex says media guy. And buzzing, oh my God, said Mason 9. Man like Rory says Atisha. Rory is a Chelsea fan, said Lasigo. Yes, he is a Chelsea fan, but we are talking about all of football. And
maybe he means that as an insult.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just done it as a...
Yeah, you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Which then, you're right. And Sal, not a defensive midfielder, in my opinion. We'll talk about that. Just don't play Fred and McTominay together. Play Pogba and Fred sorted, said Sir Alex Ferguson. Let's get into it. It is a Man United channel, so I've got to start with that.
Of course.
We will be talking about Jack Grealish. We will be talking about Harry Kane gone AWOL. We will be talking about Romelu Lukaku. We will be talking about Leon Bailey, etc., etc. But I want to start at my club.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, a bit of a transfer update for you guys. We normally do a straight transfer show, but we've done something a bit different because we had a special guest today. The latest on Jesse Lingard is that, and feel free to have an opinion as a rival fan or fan in general. The latest on Jesse Lingard is that he is looking to stay at Man United and fight for his place. He doesn't want to leave. Those are the reports that we're hearing. And he's
I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit disappointed because I think I'm in a sort of a minority camp, particularly among people that don't support Manchester United.
Yeah.
I like Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
I also rate him.
Yeah.
I also rate him really highly. I think he's a very good player. And I think that you need players like that in and around your team. You know, the kind of player, like, he's won an FA Cup for Manchester United. Like, Norman Whiteside did that. Yeah. And think of the prestige that he got off the back of doing it. And Jesse Lingard has done the same thing. So I think that having Jesse Lingard at your club is brilliant. And Jesse Lingard has shown how good he can be, the impact of West Ham. But he's not going to get in that Man United midfield.
That's the thing.
He's not going to get in that
You're
Man
right
United.
with everything you said. But the Manchester United stance from most fans, and I hope you guys don't mind me speaking on behalf of you guys in the community, is that Jesse, like you said, we want the best for him because he's too good a player to just sit on a bench, but he can go and play elsewhere.
He's a brilliant Premier League player who can have a massive impact on the club that he goes to and could even get his way back. Like, you've got to remember, there's a World Cup in 14 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's so soon.
And he really wants to be there, yeah.
Well, he can be there.
Yeah.
He can be there, but not at Manchester United.
Yeah, he needs to play. He tried, and I think the move to West Ham proved that. He very nearly got in off the back of just, what was it, a few months?
Yeah.
8 or 9 goals, done really well.
Brilliant season in the end.
Yeah.
Probably was very unlucky that England's midfield was so
stacked.
Yeah, exactly, so stacked. Because I think under normal conditions, if you play that well towards the end of the season, you're the front runner. You're going to make it. So I think it's a shame that Jesse Lingard. I admire it, and obviously he has a love for the club, so I understand it. But I just can't see him breaking into the Manchester United team regularly.
And Solskjaer, I don't believe will give him that reassurance, or if he does, he's just lying. A common thing we say is like, a lot of people on here say, "Oh, he's a liar." Just for you, because
is that a thing?
It's a thing that KG
is
kind of
he a liar? Oh right, it's just a KG.
Yeah, it's just a KG, which God knows that could mean anything. Big up KG, but. In some instances, though, it is kind of true.
Oh, he's a liar.
Yeah, because he basically says, Phil Jones is round the corner from being fit again.
Right.
He's
liar.
not. He's lying.
Liar.
He'll say, he said, Alexis Sanchez is going to, prove everyone wrong and score loads of goals. Gone.
Yeah.
Lukaku's in the plans. Left.
Liar.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
get it. Yeah.
That's what he does,
okay.
sort of thing. He told, David De Gea that he's the number one. He's not.
Henderson, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's where the kind of thing comes from, the line thing.
Quite
but
funny.
I'm on the protection side of but he's just managed. You have to tell a few white lies as a manager.
Also, it's not lying, because certain things can be proved to be a lie, but they're true at the time of saying them.
Yes.
So De Gea's my number one. When he said that, that may have been the thinking. But then De Gea has a mare and suddenly has to change things.
I hear that. And Paul Pogba, latest on Paul Pogba as well. Is that he's back in training this week, which is good. He's back by himself, but he'll join the squad later on this week. And also, Jadon Sancho, guys, will be joining the squad in a couple of days' time as well to join up. Just quickly, what have you made of the signing of Jadon Sancho? Like you said, it took long and stuff, but how do you feel about it? As a rival fan, do you feel like it's not even that good? It's
No.
How do you feel about it?
No, it's a statement signing from Manchester United. It's a signing that Manchester United used to make when I was a kid. You know that when Manchester United used to demand nothing but excellence, it was that kind of signing. Regardless of who it was, the best player playing for anyone was linked with Manchester United on a regular basis. They went and got Sancho, and it's the goal and assist, the numbers.
You know what you get.
It's it's the numbers, and he is obviously going to elevate Manchester United to a certain level. But I think the signing that we really should discuss is Varane.
Please do, because everyone knows how I feel about Raphael Varane on this. So I'm actually not going to talk too much, but I'll fill you in very quickly.
Do you love him?
Love him. Yeah. I'm saying it was a bigger signing than Sancho. I'm saying it was a more needed signing than Sancho. I'm saying it's bargain of the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to ride out to the very end, where if it really doesn't go well for him, I will have to fall on that sword. I will die on that sword.
It will go well for him.
Because he is, for me, unbelievable. And I think he's going to have Virgil van Dijk-esque impact on our team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Rory, I'm sorry, Rory.
I was with you.
I know.
I think
that's just how I feel.
I appreciate what you're doing, but Virgil van Dijk was the catalyst to Liverpool winning the league.
Yeah.
I think that Man United are going.
There's other factors.
There are.
That's why I
factors.
said esque in terms of being so solid in that back four that we look really strong in that area.
Yeah, look, it's a huge signing.
People can talk about whether Solskjaer is good enough to. That's a different. I'm just saying how good he is.
Yeah.
Listen, when Van Dijk was flipping. Where was he Feyenoord? Or was it PSV? Where did he come from? Whichever one
Celtic,
he did.
ultimately.
No,
that's
but
when I
before
became
that.
aware of
yeah,
it.
exactly. When he was at Celtic playing against Livingston, well, Varane was doing big things.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
When he was playing next to Yoshida at Southampton and getting twisted up by Martial, Varane was on level. It's a different. But hey,
look, I think you are right. I think it is signing of the summer so far. I think it's brilliant business for Manchester United, which isn't something that we've said lately. I also think that he has the potential to come into a team and elevate them in the similar way to Van Dijk. I would lay off the Van Dijk comparisons simply because of you've got to think they signed Van Dijk, they won a European Cup, they won the Premier League. It's a very huge shoes to fill. But I do see the similarities. The other reason why I think it's so good is because you see with Sancho, you've brought in Sancho, and obviously that's an improvement. But who Sancho is going to come in and replace, I don't think you've levelled up to the degree that you've levelled up at the back.
Yes.
From Lindelof to Varane is huge. From maybe Rashford on the right, Greenwood on the right. From Greenwood on the right to Sancho, the level up is huge, and the complexion of that front three will now look so different, so much more attacking, and arguably one of the best
Absolutely.
I mean, if you go, what we thinking? Sancho on one side, Martial on the other, Cavani?
Rashford's going to be injured till October, but it probably, at some point, you'd probably say that's the strongest. Arguably, even put Sancho, because Martial's been out of favour, we don't know what's going to happen. Arguably, Sancho on the left because Rashford's out. Might keep with Greenwood there and go with Cavani.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to be beneficial as well. It's only going to be beneficial to somebody like Mason Greenwood to have
100%.
the brilliance of Jadon Sancho pushing in for. You know, sometimes in order to get the best out of one player, it isn't about you need the sorry to take it back to Chelsea, but do you know the best form that Ashley Cole ever displayed at Chelsea is when Wayne Bridge was pushing him for the place. You need somebody
like Luke Shaw with Tellez when
exactly,
Tellez came in.
Exactly. You need somebody to be pushing you for the place, and the fact that you now have Sancho, the whole front, any player from Manchester United who plays in the forward-thinking positions is going to have to level up.
Yeah. And
that is how you keep the competition good. That is how you demand excellence from every player. It's annoying.
100%. It's annoying. Well, we'll get on to your team in a minute, actually. David says, big up Rory, come on. Mikhail Khan says, big up Rory. Everyone's saying just big up Rory. Dylan Gill says, big up Rory.
That's very kind.
And who else have we got in the chat? This is dope. I love it, says Machona. So people are enjoying it. Hi, Flex. Can you please ask Rory his thoughts about Chelsea going all in for Lukaku? Well, this is the next bit. Is it a mistake that Chelsea want to fill this gap this season rather than wait for Haaland next season? So the next bit, I mean, this is the Premier League. This is called The View. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about everything. That's the Man United bit done. And this is why I'm really excited to do this show in general, because I just like talking about loads of other stuff. There's loads.
But also, it all has an impact on Man United anyway.
100%.
Like you talk about Man City, you could talk about Man City for an hour, but it's very relevant to Manchester United. You could talk about all the other clubs.
It is, especially with the signings that are on the horizon. You boys are in for Lukaku big time.
Yeah.
First bid of 100 million euros / 85 million quid, whatever, plus Marcus Alonso, turned down.
Yep.
Gone straight back in potentially, or there's reports that you're going to go straight back in with 130 million euros. Yeah. They really want him. You're testing Inter Milan's resolve. We get a little bit out of it, so that's fine. Yeah. Keep that. We need money.
Yeah.
We need
get
more.
Some. Yeah.
So, but how are you seeing as a Chelsea fan? It means no to Haaland. You tried to test Dortmund's resolve. They're saying it needs to be astronomical P's for them to entertain it, so you've turned your attention to him.
Do you know, I'm only happy. I have a rule, generally speaking, and this is applicable to football, right? But it's also, for me, it's applicable to anything. It's applicable to, like, ex-girlfriends. Like, don't go back. Yeah. Never go back. It's never the dream that you think it's going to be. There are exceptions. Yeah. Pogba's an exception, in fact. And I think Lukaku's an exception. Yeah. I was very much in the minority, and I got quite a lot of stick from the vast majority of Chelsea fans because I was prioritising Lukaku over Haaland.
Really? Yes. What? Because you know he knows the league, he's ready to go.
You've hit the nail on the head. You've hit the nail on the head. As Chelsea, as a football club, we have our fair share of players who we've brought in. That the numbers will tell you that it's going to be a success. Yep. The reality is
You've
not
done
that.
You've probably done that the most out of any club with the strikers.
I mean, we could have a conversation. We could have a conversation from Matthias Kesman to Timo Werner and 80% of everyone in between, right?
There's a lot, isn't it?
There's a lot. I mean, Diego Costa. It's easier to go with the
Costa
successes.
was all right.
No, it's easier to go with the exception. No, Costa was amazing. Yeah. Costa was amazing. Drogba was amazing. Yeah. I mean, you can make Samuel Eto'o had a good time of it. He had a good season. That hat trick against Man United. Anelka was very good. He won the Golden Boot and 19 goals one year.
You know what I mean? But
then after that, I mean, the list,
Crespo,
the other list.
Shevchenko,
Crespo
Morata.
was good. Crespo was other reasons, but yeah, Shevchenko, Torres, Morata, Timo Werner. I mean, the list can the list can go on and on and on.
Yeah, Remy.
I don't know, man. Loic Remy.
He should have been a lot better.
Loic Remy, a good player.
Yeah, I liked him.
But the reason that I think, with all of that in mind, the reason that I'm so keen on Chelsea signing Romelu Lukaku over Haaland is because I know Haaland looks the business. I know his numbers tell you he's the business. I know all of that is true, right? Yeah. But I've heard it all before, whereas Lukaku, guaranteed.
Yeah, but surely with what's his name? Surely with Haaland, you don't think it's like...
But mate, you would have said surely with Timo Werner. You would have said surely with Matthias Kesman. You would have said surely with Andrei Shevchenko. You would have said surely, like, I can do this.
But with Shevchenko, the Crespos, even Eto'os, it's the latter years of. I know they came with world-class players.
Let's keep it really modern. Let's keep it really modern.
Yeah.
Alvaro Morata. Timo Werner.
But was he ever ripping it up like how Haaland was, where you're like, this guy's...
European Cup record.
He's great. He was really good.
Proper love.
To the point where, at that time, when we were going to get him and you were going to get Lukaku, then it swapped.
Well, at the time.
And everyone was laughing at us.
At the time, we thought that we got the better deal. I mean, Alvaro Morata is possibly the worst ever centre forward at Chelsea, like really bad.
That bad?
Yeah, it was
yeah,
that
his
bad.
time at Chelsea.
And at the time, you had Lukaku, and I was very envious very early of that. But I think that with Lukaku, he comes in. I think it's everything that we need.
Yeah.
It isn't necessarily that I'm saying he's a better player. It isn't even necessarily that I'm saying he's going to score more goals. But what Lukaku will do is bring two things. Firstly, he brings a guarantee, and secondly, one thing that you could suggest the Chelsea team are not through determination or through anything that you can quantify yourself, but we're a bit lightweight.
Proper.
Like
you need muscle, you need strength, you need that.
Even our enforcers,
yeah,
they're hard men. They're up for the fight, but they're my height.
Yeah.
Like N'Golo Kante doesn't bottle a challenge, but he's my height.
Yeah, solid.
Azpilicueta doesn't bottle a challenge, hard man, but my height.
Yeah.
What we need is, I think every team needs. You need a Michael Ballack and a Michael Essien and a Frank Lampard, somebody that is going to. And Romelu Lukaku is not being bullied. He had a coming-of-age moment in Italy.
Yeah.
You know, when he arrived, took on the mantle, Ronaldo's shirt, and delivered. And he had that moment with Ibrahimovic when he won that. He won that fight, both the fight, but also the match. He scored in that game, won the game.
Yeah.
And I think that he is now the complete player. I think he is the guy.
I agree. Just real quick, there's a super chat here from Pingu. It says, Rory, what a duo. Fan of your channel too, man, which is hard with you being a Chelsea fan.
Thank you.
Loving the United View Flex. Big up to you both. Thank you for the love there, Pingu.
Thank you, Pingu.
What a programme Pingu was as well.
Yeah, it's high quality. If that's a homage, if your name is a homage to Pingu, man, you're the king.
100%. On the Lukaku thing, I just feel like I agree with everything you're saying with how strong he is. And just, you know, like when the cake's done, it's done, you've taken it out of the oven, you've let it set, you're just putting the icing on now, and you just need the sprinkle on the top. I feel like there are a few more things you may need, but putting him in the number 9...
Mate, think about the way that he leads that line.
Elevates
the way that he leads that line.
And the way you play football
The way that he plays with his back to goal, the way that he can finish, the way that he runs in behind. And think about the rest of the players that he's going to be linking up with. They're all little, nubile, brilliant footballers. But it's going to be
create a lot of chances for him.
Ziyech, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner. They all kind of get in and around it. But imagine the player that Mason Mount's going to be if he can play it into Lukaku's feet. Kai Havertz is running in behind. Like, we are going to be a serious threat. But without him, take him out of him.
You're completely different.
And suddenly, like say you're Burnley, and you go 4 at the back, 5 in midfield, 1 up front, all behind the ball.
Yeah. And
you've got kind of Kai Havertz being brilliant, but floating about on the edge of the area.
Yeah. Timo Werner making runs, getting open goals, missing.
Exactly.
Then you got Lukaku there.
Suddenly Lukaku's in.
Yeah, different thing.
And the thing is, I think we need somebody that is prepared to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I rate Abraham, by the way, but it's incomparable to Lukaku.
It's not the level.
It's incomparable.
The level you're at now, European champions, looking to
Lukaku,
really go and win the league.
Yeah.
It's Lukaku, and I just feel like the money that's going to cost to get Haaland, it's clearly a lot of money to get Lukaku, but in comparison to Haaland right now, and you need it now. Like, you need to take that next step. As a United fan, do I look at it, am I jealous? Am I annoyed? Am I pissed off that you look at Lukaku now and see how his game's developed? Could he have made it at United? The answer is he could have.
But he did.
And he scored a lot. He scored.
Yeah,
he scored goals. I just think what happened was there was a real, like you said, he's elevated his game. There was a period where Lukaku, what he's added to his game now, the goals have always been there. Being that destroyer, when you get him facing the goal and running at defenders, devastating. There was a point that he has elevated, which he said Antonio Conte helped him with. Holding up the ball. He said, I watched the interview when he was like, yeah, man, like, Antonio just kind of locked me in the room, was firing balls. I was really working on that. I saw that and I was like, that shows. Maybe that was something Holly should have done. However, I look back at it, you know, we went on to get, that season he left, Martial had the season of his life, so it proved that he was right.
Do you like Lukaku? Is he a popular figure? Like, is he one of those strikers that have... when I say you, okay, not you as an individual, and I know that you can only speak as an individual, but going en masse, would you say that Manchester United fans, not when he's at Chelsea so much, but when he was at Inter, do you kind of wish him well? Do you want him to be scoring? Or is he somebody that...
I feel like there wasn't like, oh, he can F off anyway.
It wasn't that.
There was more of a like, he's not holding up the ball. His first touch isn't good enough, man. We need to move him on.
Because he didn't behave particularly well when he left you, did he? Didn't he go and train with Anderlecht or something?
Yeah, he did. He put the shirt on, but that was with permission.
Was it?
In the end, yeah. He didn't like down tools or anything. But where I do respect Lukaku is because as soon as he got a hint of, I'm going to be playing second fiddle to Martial,
it's gone.
I ain't playing second fiddle to anyone, mate. I am. I've got a great scoring record. I'm the all-time record goal scorer for Belgium, and I back myself. If you're not going to have me as number one, I want out. Did
you hear him talking? Like that's the other thing. Like we had the coming of age season
when he says I should be in the top, with the guy with the top guys.
Is that what? Is that no? What I was gonna bring up. You know, I said he had a coming of age moment in Italy.
Yeah.
I thought that the Euros were phenomenal for him. The way that he. You know when that near-on tragedy happened to Christian Eriksen, and then Belgium needed to win a game to keep, and he's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to win it for Christian, and he did. He scored.
He scored a couple, didn't he? Yeah. And there was another one where he ran. I can't remember who it was against. He ran down the right-hand wing, took on a couple players, and then De Bruyne ended up scoring. Yeah. They all started from Lukaku. Yeah. Look, Lukaku is an elite level striker. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And I did watch another thing with him where he was saying, you know, why am I not mentioned with the Kanes, the Lewandowskis, the Agueros? He was basically saying
right.
And he's right. In terms of out and out pure number 9s, he's in there. Top 10 in the world.
He will be now.
Yeah.
He will be now. After the season in Italy and the Euros, I think
he's got goals wherever he's gone. So interesting from you guys. Let us know your thoughts and comments about Romelu Lukaku. One, do you think it's a good idea for him to go to Chelsea? Obviously, us as United fans don't want Chelsea being strengthened too much, but how do you guys feel about it? Because this is the view. It's not just about Manchester United, so I want to see what you guys think about that. And quickly drop your comments in the boxes below. Were we wrong to get rid of him? You know, and we've got Cavani now. He's done well. We're going to get a couple of years out of him. He's been really good. And this is, you know, after Cavani finishes this season, we will be back to square one, needing a striker again. However, Haaland will be available at a cut price next year, so I'm kind of glad you're going to get Lukaku, because I think we could potentially go for him next year, Haaland.
You need to, do you know, the only way that happens, you need to have a season.
We need to have a good season. We need to win something and show Haaland that actually
you need to be the club.
They levelled up. And then that way, because Ollie tried to have the talk the first time, he went, nah, mate, I've got Dortmund, right? Then he tried to have the talk with Jude Bellingham, and he went, nah, mate, I'll go there.
No, you need to have a season, and then Jadon Sancho needs to be in his ear whispering.
Yeah. Yellow Bathing Suit says, bad decision from Ollie. Lukaku is a bit like Pogba with his attitude, said Rohit. Corizio says it was the right decision to get rid of Lukaku. David Lee says United was wrong, Lukaku is class. Harish Dev says Lukaku is finished. Listen, with all the bias you want to have in the world, he's clearly not finished. Like he left Man United and won the league. And he was like, was he not top scorer in the league?
Do you know what I sometimes admire? Like, you know, that kind of blind tribalism of football fans?
Yeah.
Like, we all do it. We all do it. You know, when you want something to be true.
Yeah.
You're like I remember when certain players have left Chelsea and it's like upset me. It's like broken my heart. You're like, I think they're finished. I think they're done. Really? Because 2 weeks ago you were like, we need to give this bloke a 4-year deal. If you're Tottenham fans would be doing it now about Kane. Yeah. He's done. Not really? Because last week you...
Where was he in the final when we needed him?
Yeah, he never turns out. He's a bottle job.
It's just classic football fan, isn't it? And it's something I suppose we have to just accept that we all have in us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love it. And I think because I'm now a bit older and I'm a bit more like when I was younger. But I think I now find it funny. Oh, I now find it really funny. You know, that just like blind tribal, like football, no matter what. Can't see the other thing. No. Like I remember, I talked to like my mates when I was young. Obviously, I'm from North London. I'd go, Ashley Cole's a decent player. Anyone that was an Arsenal fan, like, nope. No, he is a good player though, isn't he? No, he's useless. We prefer Clichy. Really?
It is such a football fan thing to do. No other sport would do it.
Kieran Gibbs is much better than Ashley Cole ever will. Really?
Yeah, even Kolasinac, they should keep him out. It's just how it goes. Big up JS Livers says, Flex and Rory come like Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, legendary duo.
I'll take that.
A lot of love for you today, Rory.
I'm Ronaldinho in that, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
My
favourite player is R9, so
okay, perfect. Well then, Ronaldinho's the genius. So
100%. Great. There you go. And I'm not a genius. Yeah, I see. You said a word at the beginning of the show I've never heard of. So,
but mate, that is you. You should make it your thing. You're the most erudite man on YouTube.
First, I'm gonna go to the dictionary thing and get the word for it, and then I'm gonna put it into a little banner. What is it? Erudite.
Erudite.
What does it mean?
Mate, it's you. It's you. It's just very charming, very well spoken, very knowledgeable.
Nice. I'm erudite. Erudite. Erudite.
There you go.
Erudite. Prince says Lukaku's problem at United was his fitness. He was overweight and that affected his first touch and overall game. Was he out of shape? I wouldn't say. I think that was an issue of his game. That was an issue. I don't think it was because he was overweight though.
I don't think. Also, when you say overweight, I think perhaps the intention there is overweight in terms of... Like,
he was too muscly. Oh, do you know what? Sorry, my bad. I thought you was just saying he was like out of shape and like not really caring.
No, because he was
very big, and then he did kind of... That's actually true. I see what you're saying there, so apologies there.
I'm assuming that's what you mean.
Yeah,
I remember
that context. He was actually really strong, like real big and strong.
Like it was more of a boxer than a footballer. Yeah. Like Gareth Bale did it, do you remember?
Yes.
And James, have you seen James Milner with his top off? What's that all about?
Yeah,
What's he
100%
doing?
solid. Kevin says Lukaku will be reminded just how big and strong the centre-backs are in the Premier League. Even mid-table teams, Arsenal, have size and speed. What you trying to say? Lukaku can't go to the Emirates and score? I don't understand. I think he knows all about the physicality of the Premier League.
I think we also might be...
Which is your point.
There might be as much as I think that comment is suggesting that defenders are going to remind Lukaku about this league, I think Lukaku's going to be reminding a lot of defenders about his brilliance as well.
100%. Okay, let's keep it moving. That's Lukaku done. Harry Kane goes AWOL.
I didn't see this coming.
Harry Kane goes AWOL. I've said already with KG, and you guys know it, like, because we're a United channel, we all know about the Pogba situation. What we was doing is, could you imagine Paul Pogba just not turning up for training? It would have been absolutely crazy. What I was seeing on social media after that was, it's different though, because at least Harry Kane's performed. At least Harry Kane's done this. At least Harry Kane's done that. Mate, you don't turn up to work. You don't turn up to work. You don't get to choose the reasons behind it. But how do you? Can you believe it? What's your thoughts?
I'm surprised that Kane has done this, because I thought that he would turn up even if he wants to force his move. 100%. I felt like he would still be at training when he's supposed to be. I also, on some level, feel a bit sorry for Kane, because in his head, firstly, he's an amazing football player, right?
Proper.
Therefore, deserves to be... Like, he is now in serious jeopardy of ending his career with nothing.
I don't feel sorry for him, though, Rory.
Why?
I don't feel sorry for him because...
He's given everything that he could to that club.
I'm saying, like, I agree with the fact that, okay, maybe he had a gentleman's agreement, that's a bit dread of Levy and stuff like that. It's just football, mate. You sign a 6-year contract, and I'm not saying that they won't sell him. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah. But I'm saying if you put pen to paper on a 6-year deal, right, and it's not going your way and stuff, and you're the player that you are, you can't just not turn up.
Yeah, I can't. You're right. The two things are mad.
Take it to court then or something.
A 6-year contract. A 6-year contract is ridiculous. Yeah. And also, the gentleman's agreement. When does he think we're living? When does he think we're living?
With Daniel Levy
1921. Like, a gentleman's agreement. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Because also, you know how that conversation has gone. 100%. I reckon that we can do like almost word for word, verbatim this.
All right, exactly. You be Daniel Levy, I'll be Harry Kane.
I will tell you exactly how it goes.
Right, hi Dan.
Cheers for signing that 6-year deal.
No worries, man. Just can you just assure me that in a few years' time, if we haven't won anything, you'll let me go?
Yes, there is no problem with that. In fact, we'll call it a gentleman's agreement. You can 100% go if we haven't won anything. Yeah. If someone comes in with a valuation that I agree with.
Okay.
Cheers.
Do you know what that will be, roughly? Or should we just see...
And it will be vague, and it will be this. If somebody pays the money, then you can go. and Harry's gone, great.
Great. Right. So that's stupid, Rory.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't feel sorry for him. And also, look.
If someone pays the money, you can go. And Levy's gone, in his head, I reckon, at one point, certainly... 200
yeah, 100%. 100%. And there was probably a point where that's not far off what he is. But also, you have to look at it like this. If you're Harry Kane, there's a reason why you put pen to paper on a 6-year deal. Like, he probably the security, the money. I think that was around the time of them going into the final, the Champions League, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken. What was you doing? Like, at the end of the day,
one break clause. You need a break clause. And I'm very surprised that Kane has done this. But I don't know. I think maybe it's because I do quite like Harry Kane, which is very weird.
I like Harry Kane.
I think it might be because of this.
But you can't give him a buy because you like him, Rory. This is wrong. You can't not turn up to work.
But the reasons that I like him are because of his professionalism and his dedication.
Right. Well, that's gone now.
But
you're not being professional.
But the reason he's not being professional is because he's not being given a move that I feel like he has earned.
Yeah, but
I feel like if it was the justification.
Raheem Sterling didn't do this when he wanted to leave. Jack Grealish is in training.
Yeah,
I know he's technically been granted this in the end, but
mate,
Declan Rice,
I completely
100 mil price tag on his head. He's stopping him getting a move right now. He ain't not turning up for training.
I think the desperation in Kane is different. Though.
But also okay, do you know what, Rory? Even if he was going to be a dick like he is, right, and not go to training, cool. He's supposed to be coming back on the weekend. So I'm saying, so you went on a 4-day strike. For what? What does it mean then?
I think to make the noise.
Either go.
I think
go the whole way.
No,
go the whole way now.
So it's one of two things have happened. It's either a ploy where he's decided I need to make some noise. I need to get out of Tottenham. I need to start this. This conversation needs to be happening, basically.
Yeah.
Or it was a huge error and he's gone, oh my God, I'll be there on
Monday.
Monday.
Apology. Do you think he's shat on the Tottenham fans?
No, I don't. I really don't.
And I know you're a Chelsea fan.
I really don't. And I don't always think like this. But with Kane, I think it's an exceptional circumstance because he's such an exceptional player, playing for such an average side who have no aspirations this year. Yeah. Like, none. Where are Tottenham? Even if you're a generous... like, where are they going to finish this year?
100%. I agree with you.
Like, I saw something, like... like they're trying to sign someone at centre half, Romero. Yeah. And it was like, this should appease Tottenham fans. I was like, no, it won't. What are you talking about? Right? So like they have no hope. Harry Kane is now at a stage in his career where he's obviously regretting a 6-year deal. He's obviously heartbroken about England losing a semi and then the final. Yep. He knows that Tottenham aren't going to win anything this year, and he knows he's 28. Yeah. This is the move.
I don't get why. I don't disagree with why he wants to move. Absolutely, he should have done it probably 2 years ago.
But he's desperate to go. No, but 2 years ago, Tottenham. I've never believed it with Tottenham. I've never believed it. Tottenham fans will always act like they're a really big club. Yeah, and people. Generally non-Londoners. Yeah. So you see when I do the kick-off and I talk around the table, people who don't support London clubs will always go, Tottenham could be good. Yeah. Tottenham. And I'm like, no, it's an illusion. They're not. They're not. Trust me, they're not. And you know at the beginning of last season when they were like running riot early and Mourinho was in charge and Harry Kane was a quarterback. Yeah, and around that table, around that table everyone's going, they could win a league. I'm like, no. They can't.
Well, when they got Bale, it was like, if that clicks with Son and
Kane...
the
best strike force in Europe. I'm like, no, it isn't. They're never that. Like, you know when you go to Tottenham, I haven't been to the new ground yet, but when I used to go to the old White Hart Lane before they shifted it, all dotted around the ground, it was like, the game is about glory. And I was always thinking, what are you talking about? You've won 2 League Cups since 1991. Like, what are you talking about? And they give it all to big club. Like, they think they're a big club because their great-granddad saw them win a double. That's the Tottenham.
Rory hates Tottenham.
Oh, but that's what it is. It's not that I hate them. It's just who they are. Like, and it's just who they are. And the problem is for Kane, because I rate him so highly. Yeah. I think that he has now realised. You see the conversation we're having about Tottenham and their aspirations. Yeah. He's sitting there going, "Oh my God."
Yeah. What am I doing?
Because also history, as we know, right? History is very kind to the winner.
Yeah.
But very harsh on the loser.
Yeah. So, especially if it goes on for ages.
So, like, you know, certain players who have won stuff, they will be lauded way higher than they necessarily should be. And then certain players who never did, I don't know, Matt Le Tissier, they'll be forgotten because they never won.
You've got to win.
And I think Kane has suddenly gone.
Nathan Dyer just retired from football. Got a Premier League medal.
Exactly.
Danny Simpson.
Oh, mate, if you play that game, I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's mad.
Yeah. But I think that Harry Kane is now looking at it going, oh my God, I am, in his head, I'm sure he believes this, I am the best striker to have ever played in the Premier League. I am going to break Alan Shearer's 260-goal record. Yeah. And I'm going to be forgotten.
Rohit says, Levy will fight for Kane, which clearly he will. Shaikh says, wow, I joined one show late, Flex, and you've brought on Rory. My luck, but we'll watch all over again. By the way, I am Rory's favourite United fan. Ask him.
You're too kind.
Ask him. What do you want me to ask him?
Wait, what's his name? Is he saying that I know him?
Shaikh.
Oh, yes. Oh. Sheikh Shabahadeen.
Oh, okay.
Yes, what's happening?
Who's that?
Yes. What's happening? No,
is that your guy,
he's a very loyal subscriber to my channel.
Okay. So thank you, Sheikh. Okay, and also Rory's link is in the video description as well. We are going to do that at the end, but make sure you do check out the channel.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, no,
cross-pollination
he's a
there.
geezer him. Yeah,
love that. He even said, "Ask Rory, he knows about me." And Rory came through. We've read that super chat, and we've read that super chat. We are up to date. Kane has outgrown Spurs. That's what Rory is alluding to, 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
With all that said, before we move on, Rory,
he should have turned up for
training. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he should have turned up.
Is he just not out of order for not going training? Though?
Yes. In one context, in one specific conversation, he's wrong. He should not have done that. But in every other conversation, he's got to leave. Like, he's too good for the club.
Agreed.
And also, he is going to win so much silverware if he gets his move. That's the other thing. You know, if Man City weren't the Man City that they are, he'd be thinking, okay, I could stay at Tottenham and I might not win anything, but equally I might go Man United and I might not win anything, and I might go Chelsea and I might not win anything. He's looking at Man City. He's like, "Oh, just let me go there because I'm going to win so much."
Please.
It's obvious. I'm going to win so much.
Can I say something mad?
They're signing Jack Grealish. Like, it's going to be so easy for me.
That's the next topic. Can I also say something mad though? Is there a chance that because he's just got the Spurs thing, that
he'll take it with him?
He'll take it with him, and imagine to City just don't win nothing.
Not City. Anywhere else.
Even the Carabao Cup, he'll get that.
Well, they get it every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They get the
but is there a
Carabao
chance? Imagine they're just like...
No, they win the Champions League with him, I think. Look, you know when he was talking before and he went...
Please,
remember when he had that interview and he said playing with Kevin De Bruyne is a striker's dream?
Yeah.
Imagine what he thinks now, because that was then. Now he'd be looking at it going... Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling on that form after the Euros. Riyad Mahrez is a baller. Nobody even mentions him. Foden's decent. Jack Grealish. This is light work, isn't it?
Yeah, all I have to do is stay in the
box.
box.
Going to his missus. He's sitting in Barbados. He'll be going, I'm going to score 40 goals a season.
100%. No, I agree. Zoteng TV says Rory CFC best ever move was to sack Lampard.
See what I mean?
It's
see
coming,
now they're trolling me. Now. Can't even. Oh, it's cut me deep. That's hurt.
And Dill says Kane does not have a God-given right to win anything. He needs to drag his team to do it, like Shearer did it. Throwing toys like this makes it seem he is not part of the reason they have not won anything.
Shearer didn't do it. Shearer famously.
He was with a great team at
Shearer didn't do it. He was a great team at Blackburn, but he didn't drag his team. He dragged his team to 2 FA Cup finals. They got beaten both.
They didn't win anything.
It was the year that you won the treble, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, you know, we beat them in the final.
So Shearer couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So it shows you how hard it is.
And he still stayed, though.
Yeah, but it was because he already had it in the bag.
Exactly.
He had the medal
Imagine
in the bag.
if he didn't have that.
If Kane had that medal in the bag, I think it would be a different story. If Kane had already won 2 Premier League somewhere else, he wouldn't win.
And also, look, it's the same in basketball. Like, people say this about Kevin Durant because he, like, joins everywhere to go win and stuff like that. Look, for me, I don't think you can criticise people who want to win in their career, especially if it's not just like 1 season, then you jump ship, or 2 seasons. Harry Kane's been there long enough, been to enough big games, scored enough goals, carried them on his back, his ankles, everything's broken because he's got to carry this team. He's been there long enough to show that it wasn't just he got given an first team opportunity, scored 25 goals that season and went, I'm better than this.
Yeah, he's earned it.
Or the second season done it and went, I'm better than this. He's been there like 6 years now, 6, 7 years, whatever it is.
Yeah,
since he broke through.
He's been there,
Is it 5, 6 years now?
2014 he broke. Because January the 1st, 2015, he scored a hat-trick against Chelsea. I was at Tottenham, and on the first day of 2015, that's a long time ago now, he scored a hat-trick. They put 5 past us. We won the league that year and beat them in the final of the League Cup, but that's neither here nor there. He still scored then.
Yeah.
So he's been doing it all the way.
You can't question him, and his goal scoring record is unbelievable in Champions League, in league, etc., etc. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you lot are new. Let us know what you lot are saying about the Harry Kane going AWOL situation. Do you feel sorry for him, like Rory's saying? I don't feel sorry for him. I get his situation of wanting to leave, but I don't feel like
when I say feel sorry, like I feel sorry for him, but don't get me wrong, like I feel sorry for him on the context of footballers, like. He's a millionaire who's just come back from Barbados. There's a level to how much I can feel sorry for him.
But the situation he finds himself in.
My sympathy in life, it doesn't lie with Harry Kane. Like, my sympathy goes a long way.
I hear you. Do you feel a little bit how Rory feels, or do you feel a little bit like it doesn't matter what's going on? Rory does agree he should have got to work, to be fair. Let us know how you feel about that. Super chat from Eagle Eyed Football says United Fan TV, SC for Rory. Question for Rory. Would you sack Ollie for Conte?
Oh my God. Yes, I mean I'd sack almost anybody for Antonio Conte.
You don't. For Conte. No, you rate Conte.
The level that I rate Conte at, though, it's almost I almost don't possess the vocabulary to do justice to how wonderful I think Antonio Conte is.
Is he still as good as that?
Yes.
Just won the league as well.
He's a truly mesmerising, infectious, fantastic. Like I just run.
So if he come to United, would you be worried? Would you be like,
you win the league? Like you win the league.
Over Pep and over...
Listen, Flex, like to do the Conte thing is like a passion of mine. I love that man so much.
Yeah.
But he landed at Chelsea. Let's remember, he landed at Chelsea. Chelsea finished 10th the previous year. He landed, we won the league. He created champions. Victor Moses became the best fullback in the league. Marcos Alonso became the best fullback in the league.
And do you know what I rate about Antonio Conte? I remember, you remember it obviously more vividly than me being a Chelsea fan, just as an outsider looking in. I remember you got a proper pepper in at Arsenal. Yeah, I think it was 3-0. The game after that, 3-0 down half time. And you still lost that game, but you changed it. And then he went to that 5 at the back, and Victor
back.
Moses was a wing back. Alonso left.
You're absolutely right.
And
we lost 3-0.
He went on to win the league from that.
Completely. We lost 3-0.
Yeah.
We then went after that game. We then went. I think at the time it was a record. Obviously, City bashed this record up. But at the time, I think we went 13 winning games.
Solid.
And we won that. We basically won the league between then and Christmas.
100%.
Like it was kind of over.
Because then you had a lead by Christmas. And I remember saying, people say like, oh, negative football, five, lots of defenders. He proved that. And that is the testament why I always say, a lot of United fans don't want us to play 5 at the back, and I'm with that. It's not the Man United way, and we shouldn't be looked. But what I'm saying is don't think that. It depends how you play that formation as to whether it's negative. Yeah,
because it can be overlapping and all that.
It could be all-out attack. It could really keep teams penned in and be as it proved.
But mate, for Antonio Conte, the other thing to remember about him, you know this like era of dominance that we've had in Italy of Juve.
Yeah.
That 9 in a row. You know, Antonio Conte started that. He was the man that started that, and then
came back and killed it.
Came back and ended it. You know, like honestly, when you think that he did that, won a 3 in a row there, came to Chelsea, won. I think out of the last something like 11 leagues that he's competed for as manager, he's won 7 of them. Bearing in mind, he's up against Man City when he's here. He's up against Juventus when he's there. Even,
sheer dominance.
You know the year when it was at Chelsea, Antonio Conte, and it was rubbish. Like all Chelsea fans moaning.
Was that the season he got sacked?
We were rubbish. He finished the season, but everything was rubbish. We finished 5th and beat you in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I remember
like,
that.
That's him. That's him rubbish.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, Hazard scored a penalty. Phil Jones, wasn't it?
I remember thinking, come on, Jose, like you've done.
This is your chance.
This is it. You've got to a final, like in the second season. Like we're here.
Yeah.
We've got the EFL Cup in the bag. I think by then was it Europa League by then, and I was like, we could do this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a lot in that game.
No. It was one moment, wasn't it? It was one foolish moment.
Foolish ball. Hazard clean through, and I'm going, no, stay on your feet, stay on your feet, Phil, stay on your feet. Anyway, Eagle Eye Football also, the second part was, because he's a Crystal Palace supporter, but he's always on the channel, big up to Eagle Eye Football. Says, his question is, how do you feel the game against us will go next week? So are you
Palace
playing them?
Yeah,
is that your first game?
Yeah.
Away?
No, Stamford Bridge.
All right, okay.
I think it will be fairly tight, actually. You know, like a new manager, like Vieira. Palace have been very astute in the window. Made some good signings, Palace. So I think they could do all right.
You expect to be,
but I think, you've also got to remember, it's the Euro, and it's the first opportunity. We're playing Tottenham tonight, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But it's the first opportunity that we have to say thank you to this team of players. We haven't really met them before. You know, there's been a few moments, but this is the first time that, for example, Kai Havertz will have seen the Stamford Bridge full.
That's true. Oh yeah, I forgot.
So that should be a bit of a lift, you know.
They shouldn't. It would be difficult.
They should parade the European Cup, make sure everyone's up for it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Andil says, Shearer won it with Blackburn. Honour your contract or accept Levy's price and remain professional until City match it. Simple.
But they won't. The thing is, he's priced. He's
been priced out.
I think you're right. I think it's a good point made on that super chat. But the problem with it is, the implication that you're saying there is that Daniel Levy is a reasonable man. You're saying wait till they match Daniel Levy's valuation and then leave.
Yeah.
That would be true. But Daniel Levy will.
It's never going to go.
Daniel Levy will come up with a valuation that is only applicable to himself.
Yeah.
He will say 190 million, and then Kane goes, hang on a minute.
I'm not
worth that.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. You're pricing him out of the move. Harold says, I like proper football conversations. Thus, I follow Rory and you. Worried Premier League vacuum and European talent can ruin Champions League and Europa League. Love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and over here at United View as well. Worried that the Premier League is vacuuming the European talent. Is it taking over? Is it?
I think it's been that way for a long time, hasn't it? I mean,
the money just talks, doesn't it?
Do you know what's quite an interesting one though? When you say that, it does. That is how it's been. But do you know what's been quite interesting? Not so much now, but say over the past 5 years back, none of the best players in the world played here. We had the vast majority of good players played here, but the 3 best players in the world, I think most people probably agree, would have been Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi. Yeah. None of whom played here.
Yeah.
So I think the best managers are probably here. Klopp, Guardiola are the kind of...
Not always the best players. Yeah.
But not always the best players.
Yeah, Mbappe sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Abroad.
Exactly. Lewandowski, yeah, exactly.
Sim says, gents, is Grealish worth the price tag? Well, let's get on to it now. Is Grealish worth the price tag? Hardly ever scores and hardly ever assists. Typical English overhype just because he's different.
He does score an assist. That's not true.
Let's talk about Jack Grealish.
But that's slander.
Hardly ever scores, hardly ever assists.
Slander in the super chat.
I wouldn't say slander in the
super chat. That's not true.
I would agree with the fact. I wouldn't agree with the fact that he hardly ever scores or hardly ever assists because, like you said, he does.
He does.
He assists quite a lot, especially. Yeah. However, I was saying this yesterday on the show. I don't blame Aston Villa for putting his price at 100 million because
he is worth 100 million.
I don't think he's worth 100 million. But hear what, Rory? To them. For them to lose him, they can't afford to lose. They want to keep him. They've got to protect their asset. I don't mind when clubs do that.
Well, look, to them, he is worth 100 million.
I've maybe got an unpopular opinion. I really like Jack Grealish. I think he's a fantastic player. I do feel, though, he's been put on too high a pedestal at this stage. At this stage. I don't think that he's... Some people I feel like are putting him on like this, like a Messi, Ronaldo, like a mad level, Rory. I think he's very good.
I've got to disagree with you, Flex.
So you're saying he is generational, he is the best, he is all of this stuff, and
I think he's everything. I think he's everything that you want from a player in that position. Everything. I mean, even in terms of not that this is his job at all, but in terms of like lighting up a stadium.
Yeah.
You've had it at Manchester United more so than any other Premier League club. But when the ball would find itself at David Beckham's feet.
Yeah.
The lift. Yeah. When the ball would find itself at Ryan Giggs' feet when Ryan Giggs was 23. Everyone's gets that buzz. The stadium lifts. Jack Grealish is that.
My thing is that here's the time where we're gonna. He has, up until this point, shown all the attributes to be able to get the platform to go on to then show us if he is or he isn't. That's how I feel. Because I feel like now you're going to the big club. Now you're going to play in the Champions League. Okay, it wasn't his fault, but he didn't start for England and stuff. But he had an impact.
When he did play for England, he's very good.
He made an impact.
Yeah.
And when he plays against the better sides, even at Villa, he always has an impact on the game. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't like Jack Grealish. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying now we'll find out if in the Champions League he's doing this, he's doing that. Now we'll find out. Now we'll find out.
If Manchester United was
if
still
he's
the
as generational
club,
as we think,
if Manchester United was still the club that I grew up with, Ferguson would have signed Jack Grealish.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Ferguson would have signed Jack Grealish.
I don't disagree. I'm not saying he's not a Manchester United player. I'm just saying I feel like the level of praise put on him.
No, but that's because he's playing for a club that haven't had the opportunity. Like when you signed Dwight York, nobody knew that he could smash up.
But he wasn't being lauded. Yeah, but he wasn't being lauded like Jack Grealish.
No, that's probably there's.
He wasn't, and he was scoring loads of goals.
Do you know they call that thing? If you work in London, you earn a little bit more money. They call it London waiting.
Yeah.
There's such a thing as I think English waiting.
That's true.
You do get that, right? So perhaps people have been slightly too generous with the praise, and perhaps I'm about to be, but. I just don't know what he's not good at in that position. Like, what more?
Grealish 12 assists in 22 games last season in the Premier League. He was
12 assists in 22 games.
But that's pretty good. That's my half.
Hang on a minute. For a team, for a team that don't exactly score and create that many chances, he's
not worth 100 million. Jack is generational. Actually, Jack Grealish's stats are kind of below average. Maybe they're probably looking at his whole time being in the Prem or just playing in the first team.
The first season, if you're going to collate all of his stats from his
Grealish
time
is 50 million
League,
max.
But Fritz, if you're going to do his time in the Premier League, the first season, Villa nearly went down. He kept them up on the last day of the season. They were a Rizzler paper away from being back in the First Division, Championship.
Pulled out the bag,
He kept them up.
Played against us, stuck it straight in the top bins.
Top corner, one of the best goals you saw that season.
Oh, mate, when I watched that. And you know what? When you do play against Villa,
he's the one scared.
As soon as he gets the ball, you think, something's going to happen. You just think, here we go. Don't foul him.
Mate, he's everything that you want.
I just want to be clear on this, I like Jack Grealish and I think he is fantastic. I just feel there's a little bit of over gas. That's all I feel. Obviously, you're saying no, all the gas is justified.
No,
but
I
feel there's just a little bit over gas.
I personally think it is.
And we do that with a lot of English players.
Yeah, there is an English waiting. There is.
But we do the same with Declan Rice. There's 100 mil on his head as well. Again, do I blame West Ham for kind of putting that on him? No, because it's their asset. They want to protect it.
And also with Jack Grealish, everything, particularly with Villa, slightly different to West Ham. Villa have been very aggressive in the transfer market.
Yes, they have.
They went and signed
it's like they know they're getting that money.
They went and signed Buendia. They then stuck a bid in for Smith Rowe, which I thought was hilarious.
That is so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
Arsenal was like, shit, we better give him the number 10 and re-sign him. Like, just
like, they wouldn't have did that. So they're being, and the thing is, when you're being on the front foot in the transfer market, a lot of those players will be thinking linking up with Jack Grealish is the thing. So he is worth £100 million to Villa.
Yeah.
But you know, if it were Chelsea, this is the most honest I can be.
Yeah.
If Chelsea were ready to spend £100 million on Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish was ready to come Stamford Bridge,
you wouldn't be moaning.
No, I'd be calling it a bargain.
Yeah.
on the scale of football, on the scale that money is now in football, Jack Grealish for 100. When you think about what other, like, what did Ben White go for?
50.
Right.
Madness.
Jack Grealish
so on the basis of the English tax, he is. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what's ludicrous about it. But also, a United fan said it to me in the chat the other day. It's like, oh, Flex, if you come to United, you wouldn't be batting United. I would. If with the things that we need currently in this squad, if we spend 100 million on Grealish when we still need a centre half, still need a central defensive midfielder.
No, but that's a different.
I'll be fuming.
No, but that's a different question. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're prioritising others.
We don't need Grealish right now. Which is my next brings me on to this.
I'd say everyone needs Grealish. Everyone needs, like Man City don't. Man City, if anyone doesn't need Grealish,
that's what I'm saying. Do Man City need him?
Yeah, because he's Jack Grealish.
Nah, that's bullshit. This is my thing now. I don't think he elevates Manchester City to a different realm. I think he does what the other players in that position do.
No, but he's a better player than Riyad Mahrez.
Is he?
He's a better player than Riyad Mahrez, I think. Yeah, I think he's more consistent.
Is that not English bias?
No, I don't think so.
Mahrez is doing bits. Mahrez has done consistent bits.
Absolutely.
Come from nowhere and smashing it at Leicester.
Mahrez at Leicester that season, brilliant. He's had his moments. He's certainly had his moments at City. But I would say that Jack Grealish will start.
Ain't Foden going to turn into a Grealish?
Yes, potentially.
So why do they need him then?
Because they're City and they can, and they know that he will bring it up.
Do you think he'll make them win more games like that they wouldn't won before?
It's an option.
Are they gonna? With what I'm saying with Jack Grealish is, this is my question, and to you guys, is Jack Grealish gonna elevate City to realms where they've like, oh my God, look at City now.
Yeah,
you think?
I think they will. I think if you throw Jack Grealish, look, the Holy Grail, the promised land for Man City is St. Petersburg, right, next year.
Yeah.
They've got to get to St. Petersburg. They've got to win.
So Jack Grealish makes them better at doing that.
Where they fell short at times. Look, if Man City,
don't they just need number 9? Don't they need a striker?
No, they do. They need
Grealish.
Kane as well. Yes, I think over. But this is the thing. You know what you were saying about do we need somebody else as well? That's kind of a little bit whataboutery. It's
if
like,
they went and got Harry Kane, they could win the Champions League.
Does Chelsea need a centre forward more than we need Jack Grealish? Probably. Yeah. Do Chelsea still need Jack Grealish? Definitely. Is Jack Grealish a better player than Hakim Ziyech? Definitely.
Yeah, but you see, I think that's where I disagree, because I'm like, well, I just think you need a player if you need him. You don't just need him if they're very good. You need him if you need him in your team.
That's not modern football, my friend. That's not.
But I want to play in my team. I look at it now. Right.
No, but that's not what football is anymore. Man City are doing what Chelsea used to do.
Just get everyone.
Get people so that other people don't a little bit.
That there. If we're gonna have that conversation, I agree. But if I'm looking at City, I'm saying, well, why do they keep falling short? Well, they're that good. They even played without a striker and won the league.
When Chelsea were doing what City
they got players like Grealish, tenner penny. Really.
When Chelsea were doing what City do, Chelsea definitely signed Glenn Johnson to stop Arsenal signing Glenn Johnson. Definitely.
Let me see what the chat's saying. Mahrez is a great player. Bruno on a different level to Jack. Just look at the goals and assists. Jack Grealish, most fouled player. Stop-start game won't suit City.
No, but he's the most fouled player. That's beneficial.
He's good. Yeah, it's beneficial.
You win your team free kicks.
But also, though, I'll be honest with you. And people might say, "Oh, come on, Flex, you're reaching here." This is just my opinion. Sometimes I do think Jack Grealish buys into it. Let me look off. I'm holding on to it. I just want to draw the foul. Pep, you need to play. You need to play.
No. Oh, mate, Pep Guardiola loves that. Pep Guardiola he's almost the architect of the tactical foul or tactically winning a free kick to take the sting out of the game.
He's the architect of stopping it the other way with
mate, that innocuous foul.
They foul everyone.
Fernandinho had the amount of times where Fernandinho has accidentally stopped an attack by clashing legs with someone. It goes like that. Oh, sorry.
Too many accountants looking at the stats and don't watch the game with their eyes. Jack is better than Bruno. It's a FIFA team. Grealish is an unnecessary buy. He is an indulgent buy that does not improve them. Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Foden, Mahrez, Grealish. City needs Dan James too.
I think Bernardo Silva goes though.
Yeah, something's got to give.
I think Bernardo Silva goes
brilliant.
to Atletico or
He's
Barcelona.
brilliant.
If Barcelona can sort out their issues and ultimately register players.
He's brilliant.
No, it's not about that. I think he's done though in England. I think
How?
But no, not he's.
Why?
No, well, sorry, I'm not.
Only done because they want to go
I'm
and
not
get
making
Grealish.
myself clear here at all. He is not. He is not done because he's done. He's done because he says he's done.
Yeah.
He's going back to Spain.
Well, he just didn't want to be in England anymore.
He's going to go and play in Spain.
Grealish has had 2 Premier League seasons and hasn't kicked a ball in the Champions League. How is he 100 million? Still has a lot to prove for me.
But he hasn't kicked a ball in.
Yeah, because he's been at Villa.
He's been at Villa.
But the question mark is there. That's what.
He's played in the semi-final for England.
Yeah, 100%. But that's why I'm like, the question mark is just naturally there. It's not his fault, but there's just a natural question mark because we ain't seen you there yet.
Yes, but
at the highest level.
I think that.
So how can I say that you're as good as Gaza straight away?
Because you have an educated eye, and you can see that if somebody can turn it on for England at the top level,
then
if somebody can score goals like that if somebody can score goals like that at Old Trafford against Manchester United, you can certainly score goals like that against Porto.
Grealish is clear. This is from Addictive Dan. Addictive Dan says Grealish is clear of Sancho and Bruno. Only thing with Sancho is he's done it in the Champions League. All right then. Let's say this then. Grealish is an attacking midfielder, isn't he? Gets assists, gets goals, whatever. Whether he plays from the left or the number 10, whatever. Bruno, I know, is an out-and-out number 10 at Man United. Who's going to have a better season? Grealish with all the great stuff, and we're talking like the deal's done, but the reports are, by the way, on the update that is.
In terms of a better season, I think Manchester City will have a far better season than Manchester United, and therefore
but Bruno could not win anything clearly, as you showed, and have the most numbers.
Individually, probably Bruno Fernandes. Probably Bruno Fernandes.
Is that because he's better than him then?
It's because I think it's fair to say that Bruno. I would say that Bruno Fernandes is probably a better player than Jack Grealish currently. I don't think that's particularly wild or particularly out there. But not being better than Bruno Fernandes doesn't mean that you're not phenomenal.
100%. Yeah. I wouldn't go that far. 100%. I don't know. Just to finish off on the Jack Grealish situation. I don't know. I just kind of feel like let's just wait. He's on a great trajectory and he's brilliant.
You're saying let's hold fire and see what he can do, and I'm saying give the boy anything because he's the best. You should join me. It's more fun on this side of the road, man. Yeah, 100 million, wicked.
100%. And lastly, what I wanted to finish off, we've got about 5 minutes left of the show. We'll see if we can get 2 in there. Leon Bailey to Villa.
Villa are making...
They're going for it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going for it, but I wonder if they're going for it because they know that...
They are splashing a lot of cash.
Because they know that the money's coming in and they know that Grealish is gone.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, the thing that I find slightly weird... Villa fans being annoyed at Grealish for going. You think he's gifted so? Yeah. They're not. They're not happy because they.
Well, that fans don't go to City like they've only just been formed a couple of weeks ago. They're ruining. That was funny.
They obviously adore him and they were desperate for him to stay and he's a local boy and whatever. But I feel like they're spending money. They're making moves and they're a very good side, Villa. Yeah. They're a very good side, but Jack Grealish has the potential to again guarantee himself success at Man City. 100%. Nothing in football's guaranteed, right? But
this whole guarantee, this guarantee that Kane's got, and like I said, there's that mad thing that like maybe they just won't win anything. No. You're just saying that they're definitely going to win something.
They won the league by 12 points, right? At a canter by the end. At a canter. You pushed them. You did your bit. Now. You did your bit now and again. But ultimately, they won.
No, we were just top for a bit, and then that was it.
There were a couple of moments where I was thinking. Do you know where there was a game
when we beat them?
The game where I thought. Up until this point, I thought you were going to do it, and then you dropped points. I was like, what are you doing?
West Brom.
You dropped points to Villa, I think, over Christmas. Or was it West Brom?
It was West Brom, 0-0. Oh, sorry, 1-1.
No, there was a 2. Was there not a 2?
1-1, then there was against Everton.
Leicester. Was it Leicester? You were winning, and then Vardy... I remember Vardy...
No, we were losing, then we got back to 1-1, and then...
And did it finish 1-1?
Sancho scored.
That's right. There were a few games over Christmas.
There were
a few games over Christmas where I was like, you could have done it, and then you didn't. And that was Villa was the one that you won late on.
Villa we won late on.
That's when I believed.
Really lucky.
That's when I believed all the celebrations were mad.
How it went? No, in that period we did good in Christmas. What happened was it was just after that.
Right.
It was when we got near the top. When we got there, what happened? We beat West Ham on the road.
Yeah.
We beat Burnley. POGBA volley.
Yeah.
And we won. We beat Wolves in the last minute, deflected goal.
That's it.
And then we got a penalty against Villa. That we was winning.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, 21-21.
21.
But then we played Everton. And we were winning.
That was the one.
And we had to see it out. We were winning 2-0, and it ended up being 3-3.
Yeah.
And then we played, we got a 0-0 against Palace. Then we got a 1-1 against West Brom, and it just started just going.
Do you know what? The one that I was thinking of,
Sheffield United beat us.
The Villa one. The reason why Villa was in my head is because on my channel, I did a video after the Villa one because I was watching that and I knew it was over Christmas because I was at my in-laws.
Everyone was like, "Man, I
was watching it and I had a whiskey and I saw the celebrations and
that was it. They were proper.
Do you know what I think it was? I think it was Eric Bailly.
Yeah, they was picking him up off the floor. Yeah,
Eric Bailly was going mad.
Yeah,
and I was like, he had a block.
He had a block.
And I remember that day I did a video basically going, I'd had a drink, going, Man United are going to win the league. And you know the clip of that, it's everyone gets me with it. Yeah. But that was the one where I thought they could do it. Yeah. But apart from that moment,
and then it went to shit.
It was City. Yeah, it was City. Yeah. So they won the league by 12 points. They're then going to go and sign the two best players that play for clubs that they could potentially sign from. Yeah. Like Mohamed Salah's wicked, but you're not going to sign him, right?
Yeah.
So they've gone and signed Kane, gone and signed Grealish. Yeah. What are we supposed to do? Like,
is it a cheat code then?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit.
I got a feeling that they won't win the league because it's so nailed on that they should. I just feel like something might. I don't know. I don't think we will, but I think you might.
No, they'll win the league. They're like annoyingly they will. They're like I think it could be one of those. God knows how many points, and like a record early. They'll win it on like Valentine's Day or something.
Everyone just thinks City's going to be mad invincible, which is the right thing to think with who they're about to buy. But I think there's a bit of subplot.
I hope you're correct. I hope you're correct.
We need it because otherwise, exactly. To finish off, Sasko says Kai Havertz will be the best player in the league next season.
I do hope you're correct. Yeah, I think there's potential. I mean, we've seen what he can do. He's so graceful on the ball, great eye for a goal. Scored. He's won Chelsea. He's in Chelsea folklore forever. He's won Chelsea the European Cup. His goal was won Chelsea the European Cup. Goal as well. So that's got to inspire him for the new season, hasn't it? That's got to make him. So yeah, I think he could have a very, very good year, especially with Lukaku coming in.
And lastly, Tammy Abraham to Arsenal, and in general Arsenal, real quickly. We'll take a whole show. Arsenal, what do they need? What's going on? What's going on?
I really hope Tammy Abraham doesn't go there.
Why?
Because I rate Abraham. This is something that will. I imagine your comments will be going like that now because not many people agree with me. But I think Tammy Abraham is a really, really good striker. I don't want him to leave Chelsea. I think he'd score loads of goals for Arsenal. I think he would be almost the answer to a lot of their problems. So I really hope that he doesn't go there. I think Arsenal are in trouble. I don't really, mate. You're going to have to dedicate a show to this because
Is Arteta going to get sacked?
I hope not because I don't think he's a particularly good manager, and I think that Arsenal are, again, I'm of an era where Arsenal were demanding excellence, and I don't really want them to go back to that because it wasn't ideal for me as a Chelsea.
Yeah, we don't want them coming back.
No, so let's.
How do you think Ben White would do? Is that a good sign?
That's a very good sign. I mean, I remember when he was at Leeds and
had a great season.
Because I remember that when they signed him, everybody was a bit like, "Who's this bloke?" Then he pretty much played every minute of every.
But that's why Brighton wanted him back. They said no.
Exactly.
He's coming back.
But Leeds have learned from that. Have you seen? Leeds will not take anyone on loan that they can't sign off the back of what they did to Ben White. They took Ben White, they made him the player he is, and they got nothing for it.
Yeah, and Brighton went, cheers.
Yeah, exactly, and made 50 million quid.
Yeah, so basically Arsenal.
But no, it's a good signing. Ben White's a good signing, but I think it's a show flex. I don't think. What can we do now, realistically?
All right, can you give me? They're going to finish
8th.
They're going to go from 8th to 8th to 8th.
8th if they're lucky.
A triple hat tricks of 8th.
8th if they're 8 if they're lucky. I think it'd be very lucky for them because I think there are a lot of other teams. Like realistically, do they finish above Villa? Realistically, do they finish above Villa? There's no guarantees yet.
No guarantee.
Do they finish above Leeds?
No guarantee.
No guarantee.
With the squads.
And all of a sudden, you then go the top 4 of the top 4.
Yeah.
You then got to start looking at. I think Leeds are gonna do well. Where are they ultimately going to be?
Spurs might drop off.
Everton and Tottenham both look in disarray as well. But it's the other teams. Yeah, I think West Ham are going to have a bit of a rude awakening this year as well. But it's everyone else that has kind of levelled up. Like, I think Villa are going to move up the league. I think Leeds are going to move up the league. And it's as Arsenal sort of struggling.
Listen, Rory, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, mate, it's been an honour. Thank you so much for having me. That
was fun. Big up to all the comments showing love for Rory.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the new show, The View. I wasn't actually going to start it yet, but I'll be honest, it just kind of fell in. So we'll get other people on as well, and hopefully Rory comes back and for another time. Make sure you check out his channel. Me and Rory got a lot of stuff coming up this year as well with some other stuff. Thanks for passing through. Make sure you guys smash a like on the video. It's been great. What camera am I? I'm on here, aren't I? Yeah, middle.
See the red light,
middle.
See the massive red light.
Yeah, there's a big red light there, so I'm probably there.
Yeah, chances are. I reckon if in doubt, and two of them don't have a light and one of them, go with that.
Yeah, that's true. Power light, isn't it?
See what you get. You see what you get on the gift that keeps giving here. I can give you loads of tips.
Listen, guys, we'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching. We're out of here. Peace.